I'm back with another video. I said I'm back with another video, stupid ass. All right, YouTube, look, today we got unavoidable male Canon events. We gonna get straight into the video. Before I do, drop a like. 3, 2, 1.
Male Canon events. First up, fumbling a 10 out of 10. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the worst ones in my opinion. Reason why we've all been through this. There's always been that one girl that you thought you had in the bag. I mean, she was fine, beautiful, gorgeous. I mean, in your mind, she goes band for band with SZA, Lotto, and Ruby Rose. Like, you feel me? If for some wild reason you think you actually have a chance with that girl, and you try to get her, and you're doing good, and then
no, look, okay, look, chat. I had the girl, bro. Her name was Tatiana, bro. I had her, bro. We was dating for like a month, bro. And that was the best month of my life, bro. Her name was Tatiana, bro. She not watching this video. Y'all don't know her, so it don't matter. I can say her name, but bro, like, bro, she was so bad, bro. And I thought we was gonna be together forever. That's what she told me. She said we was gonna be together forever, bro. She was so bad. We got along so good, bro. And we laughed so. Let me stop, Chapper, bro. We all had that 10 out of 10, bro. If Tatiana, if you find this video and you watching, hit a nigga up, no care.
And randomly one day she just goes. And for the rest of that week, you're just contemplating, scrolling through your text, looking at what you could possibly have done wrong.
That's what she did to me, chat. She just stopped talking to me out of nowhere. Like, I didn't do nothing wrong, just out of nowhere. And then she moved away.
And maybe she forgot about the text, maybe you said a weird joke, or just something random, just whatever your brain can imagine for her to actually ghost you, because of course it's not just you. Well, nigga, hate to break it to you, she likes a guy and it's not you. Game is game. And the worst part about it is that oftentimes the next week she ends up hard launching with her new man, and when you see him, it's somebody you don't even think is better than you. Well, brother, hate to break it to you, but he is. And then when they eventually break up, you're gonna be right back on her feet begging for her to take you back. But before that, you will go
fuck no. Me, bro, I'm not ever begging no female to take me back, bro. I might send a text and be like, yo, how you been? But I'll be damned if you got me. Hell, I never begged no bill, you feel me? The only time I did that was in my first relationship when I was 15 years old, child. I was a kid, and I was like, oh, I love you so much. Like, you know, please don't break up with me. On some, bro, that's the only time I ever said some lame ass. Do not do that shit, chat. That shit is lame as hell. That's desperate as hell. There's so many females in the sea. Come on, bro, don't do that.
Do that. I hate that bitch phase. After every man goes through a heartbreak, they always hate the girl for a little bit. It's inevitable, bro. Every single bad thing that you've noticed and garnered about her in the past couple of years, it just kind of comes flowing back into your brain in one rushing, angry moment until it eventually boils over and you realize you don't really hate her. You're just sad that she's gone. But you still go through the phase. Then you get sad and you're a little bit depressed and you're wondering why it didn't work out. Maybe you'll never find love again. Maybe something else won't happen. I don't know. You just stress. But usually you end up doing all of this stressing late at night, which leads you to the third male Canon event, 3 a.m. motivational workout. I can speak for all of us. We've all been through, whether it was a breakup or heartbreak, or maybe you just realize you're a
bro. The amount of times, dog, the amount of times, bro, I was working out after I got broken up when I was 15 years old, bro. I think that was like freshman year, bro. I was on the ground, bro, push-ups, sit-ups, and I was like, yeah, you gonna regret this, Anjanae. I'm gonna be strong as hell. Cause the dude she left me with when I was 15 years old, bro, the dude was like a big football muscular player, bro. And I'm a basketball player, you feel me? So I started working, I started getting strong as hell, you feel me? Eventually, Anjanae, so look, the story is eventually Anjanae, she came back when I was 16, so like sophomore year, and she was like, oh, I miss you. No other guys treated me the same. And then I was like, girl, get the fuck back. You feel me? So I pumped her and dumped her quick as hell. She was salty as hell. And that's not okay what I did, brother. Do not do that, chat. That is not okay. But bro, I was a kid, bro. You feel me? I was moving reckless. I was moving crazy, bro. And that's what she get for breaking my little heart. But bro, I should have never did that. You feel me? But we live and we learn, chat.
You went through that phase where you thought at 3 a.m. in the morning you was gonna change the world. You started doing push-ups, you started watching David Goggins' video, and you're up all night feeling motivated and thinking that you're finna rule the world. You're finna be the most swole, chiseled, drizzled, gizzled, diggled, fadiddled, top tier man that you can be. And then you wake up after you pass out on the floor from doing all of them push-ups. Look at your surroundings, realize your room is still dirty, and then eventually come to the realization that
welcome back to Disney Channel. You're watching ATW Miami. Drop a like on the video, bro. Come on, man.
Will never be that guy. But you know something else that can send you into this motivational arc? Canon event number 4, going bold. I promise you, every single person watching this video has gone through this phase, and most of the time it's because of your dad. Brother, I am gonna tell you,
I'm not going bald, chat. I'll be damned if I go bald. I'm not going bald till I'm like 44. 44? That's a good age, yeah.
Right now, for the first 5 years of my life, I had to be completely butt naked Michael Jordan bald. Because when my dad was
Oh.
28, he stopped growing hair, and ever since that day, he decided that he didn't want me to grow hair either. And it was the most
Damn.
aggravating thing of my life. And I'm sure every single one of y'all went through that.
Okay, he's talking about when you was like little kids and whatnot. Now look, when I was a kid, I think I got a picture actually. Hold on. Look at this shit, chat. I wasn't bald, chat. Look at this shit. Bro, look at this shit. Come on, bro. This is my parents let me run around with this mohawk, bro. This is not even what is this, bro? This is 2000. What year is this? This is 2012, 2013. Why did they do this to me? Come on, bro. Come on, chat. That's not cool, bro. If that's my kid, bro, I'm not ever letting them run around with no haircut like that, bro. I think I begged them though for that mohawk though. So maybe I talked them into that bullshit, bro. But come on, bro. Don't allow me to do that shit. That's why I wasn't getting no hold back then, bro.
That same thing. And the worst part about it is that after he allowed me to have hair, he only allowed my hair to get to a certain length, which is known as the bald phase, which most of us have gone through, especially black children. And the worst part about this is that back then, when I was growing up, the mohawk was very popular. It was during the LaMelo, Odell mohawk phase, and everybody and their mother wanted a mohawk. And I wanted that so bad, but no, I couldn't get it because my dad said, and I quote, if you get a mohawk, you have to walk around naked everywhere because the mohawk tribe.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I don't know why that nigga said that. That was some fucked up shit. But basically, he was just trying to get me to be bald like him. So, hey, yeah, I guess it kind of worked. For a little bit. Now we got these.
Yes, sir. We got these, chat. Let's go. Oh, my baby.
But something else that dads often made us do was help them around the house. And one thing that I know for sure that we all went through was our dads getting mad at us when we didn't hand them their tools fast enough. My brother in Christ, I have almost been shot, almost lost my life. Heck, I thought I had AIDS at one point. But
Bro, he is not lying, chat. I swear to God, bro. Bro, my dad had asked me for like a 10-buck tool, and I'd grab a wrench out the tool bag thinking it was that. And he'd be like, come on, Miami. You know what the fuck I'm asking for. And I'd be like, Dad, I don't know tools. You never taught me tools. You just asked me to grab like a wrench. Like, I don't know that.
I've never been more scared in my life than when I used to help my dad do work around the crib. Because for some reason, dads just have a big fascination with doing mechanical work around the house. And while they're actively doing this act of stupidity, most likely messing up the whole house, they decide to exert their frustrations on their kid that they told them to help. And my brother in Christ, I know every single person watching this video can relate. If you didn't hand your dad that tool as soon as he asked you to, or if you moved a tiny little bit when he asked you to shine the flashlight somewhere, the amount of anger and rage that man will exert onto your body would be scarier than meeting a polar bear in the Arctic.
Yes, bro.
Eaten for weeks. And honestly, I've experienced a lot of trauma from doing stuff like this. Like the amount of trauma I've
Bro, this nigga funny.
gone through from just holding tools is probably equivalent to the slaves back in the olden times. But after this, as a kid, you know, you can get pretty traumatized, scared, but also angry from what your father did. So angry that you even think about potentially fighting him. It would also be the worst mistake you ever made in your life because he will beat your ass. Every single
Facts, bro. That Omni-Man picture we just seen with Mark, bro, if I ever tried to do that with my dad, if I ever tried to Scrabble, I'm gone, bro. He's too strong. My dad is too strong and too big. He a veteran, too. Fuck no.
Man in his life has thought about fighting his dad. I say fighting for a reason because you will never beat him. I don't know what it is about fathers, but like they will never lose to their son, period. Especially if it's fist. Like you could be 6'5", 280. Matter of fact, you made John Jones call you his pappy. But as soon as you run into your 5'9" father, he will beat the living breaks out of you. And even though we all wanted to fight our father, we none of us have actually did it because we knew the reality of that. I actually almost did it one time. And there's a reason why I said almost, because I realized very soon that I would get my ass absolutely plastered. And I love my life way too much to ever do that to myself. Once you realize that you can't possibly beat your father, you go from fight to flight. Which leads me to thing number 6. Running away. Every man has thought about running away from home. Brother, I cannot explain to you how many
I ran away, chat. I ran away one time when I was 14 years old, bro, because I didn't want to do my homework. So just little kid shit, bro, being stupid, bro. My dad was about to beat my ass, bro. My dad was like, so pretty much my dad was like, come here, Miami, come here. Because I didn't want to do my homework, so he was like, come here. And I was like, no, Dad, you gonna hit me. And then he was like, come here. I was like, Dad, you gonna hit me. And then he just said, just come here. Like, bro, he was about to beat the shit out of me. So I just started walking away. Then he started walking to me, and then I started jogging. He started jogging, and I started running. He couldn't catch me, bro, because he old as hell, you feel me? And he smoked cigs. So he ain't got no breath. I'm running away. I'm 14. He like, come back, Miami, come back. And I'm like, no, Dad. So I just ran to the football field and I'm gone now. You feel me? And then like I didn't come back home until like I didn't come back home till like 1 a.m. because the cops called me and I stole a bike too. I stole a bike. I was running around on the bike and the cops called me. They put me in the back of the. They was like, "Are you Miami?" I was like, "Yeah." And then it was like, your parents been looking for you. And then they was like, I was like, are they gonna whoop me? And then the cop was like, I don't know. I was so scared that night, bro. But eventually everything smoothed out though. You feel me? Don't do that, chat. Do not do that, bro. Your family, bro. When I was running away, bro, when I did that, bro, I had no food. I had no home. That shit was not fun. You feel me? Like, bro, if you a kid in your house, bro, appreciate that shit you got going on because you blessed. No cap.
Times I thought about running away as a kid. The crazy part about it is I live in a 2-parent household, suburban home, live in Nashville, Tennessee, a predominantly white city. I live in the suburbs of the suburbs. You will see white people walking their dogs and kids playing in the street. I live a good life. I had a good childhood. I even went to private school. But for some reason, whenever my mom pissed me off or my dad did something I didn't want to like, I always thought about getting a big ass stick, a little red piece of cloth, tying it together, and putting all of the important stuff in my life, like the PS4, in the sack, and walking right out. I feel like this is a Canon event, not just for guys. I feel like it's everybody. We as men are the ones who are actually the closest to doing it. Because I'm not gonna lie, one time I literally started packing my bags because my mom pissed me off so much. And I was almost done doing it. I was so close to committing. And then I realized how badly my mom would beat my ass if I actually ran away. So I just stayed. That's what usually happens because it's never worth the beating because they will find you. But usually that type of stuff would happen when you get grounded. And something else you would do when you're grounded is thing number 7, reading a diary of Wimpy Kid book. I don't know why we all did this, but we all read that book in our floor whenever our parents took away our phones or our PS4s or whatever. Like it was just an event to the fullest. And if you wasn't a guy, if you was a girl, you would probably read the dork diaries. I feel like guys also read the Big Nate books, stuff like that. It's just that same type of category genre. And I would always get those books.
I read, chat, I also read Captain Underpants, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Or I read, y'all know 39 Clues? I read that too. Or maybe just Cat in the Hat. Like, Dr. Seuss and shit.
Books at the Scholastic Book Fair too, bro. Cause like, nigga, whenever that boy Jeff Kinney cooked up a book, I ain't gonna lie, niggas was on they seats, on they toilet, locked into them joints. I'm not gonna lie. But something that's also tough though is number 8. Realizing you will never go pro in the sport you love. As a man, I feel like this is actually the most heartbreaking thing you can go through. Because fumbling a 10 out of 10 is bad, but there will always be more fish in the sea. With your sport though, you only really get one chance at this. And once you finally had that moment of realization that you will never go pro in your sport, whether it's basketball, football, it's truly one of the most heartbreaking things you ever go through. I remember I was a big basketball player back in middle school. And
bro, I was a huge basketball player, chat. All my life, elementary school, middle school, high school, I played varsity and all that, bro. But bro, I wasn't the best, bro. There was better players on the team, bro. I got to keep it 100 with y'all boys. I got to be honest, you feel me? So then I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? So I started rapping, but I couldn't rap either. So I was like, nigga, now I got to do content creation, you feel me? So that's why I need y'all to like the video. Thank you.
When I got to high school, I thought it was going to be the same thing. And then one random day, Darius Garland pulled up to my local gym, and I realized very quickly that NBA was never going to be a reality. But I was delusional, so I thought, you know what, maybe if I really ball out my freshman year, I can get some looks. I could really go crazy in a good route leading up to my senior year. Well, I was a JV bench player. And I was good too. I was averaging like 20 points a game, but the coaches just didn't mess with me. But then I thought, you know what, maybe the coaches are just, you feel me, purely hating on me, which they were. But then I thought, you know what, maybe I need to transfer somewhere to get more PT. Maybe that's what I really needed. And then I realized that I was never finna grow past the height of 5'9". I haven't grown since freshman year. So I'm basically trying to say I'm pride. But every man has to go through that phase to realize you're just a regular guy. Just because every motivational speaker tells you that you can do whatever you want in this life doesn't mean you actually can do it. I'm just keeping it real. Because I'm sorry, buddy, if you're 5'4" and you're trying to be an NBA basketball player in this economy, in this league.
Bro, he hit that step back though. This fat little Asian nigga did that. Look at that.
Because I'm sorry, buddy, if you're 5'4" and you're trying to be
this is a good move, chat.
NBA basketball player.
Oh my God. How did he do that?
This economy in this league, I'm gonna be honest, brother. We have Wimbies playing point guard, bro. You're not Muggsy Bogues, bro. Another tough realization that we've all been through. Realizing that you're in the friend zone. And I don't care who you think you is. We've all been in this category. As a guy, we've all thought once, if we were a good enough friend to a girl, that she would eventually crack and decide to settle down with us. But another canon event that we've all been through is realizing that that's not how life works. As a matter of fact, she actually knows that you like her. Yeah, he doesn't care, and she'll still use you for free car rides, free money, free food, and free attention.
Free attention. That's the big one, chat. These females is using you for your attention, for your validation, Don't get these hoes compliments, bro, unless they really fucking with you. Like, come on, bro.
It's one of the toughest realities we had to learn as a man, but every man has to go through it. I remember I was 13 and there was this girl I liked and she broke her foot. So I offered literally carry her around the school because we were just good friends.
Yeah.
She ended up...
Bro, that's some, okay, what did she do? That's some shit I'd do if I was a kid too. If I, back in the day when I was 13, 12.
We carry her around the school because we were just good friends. She actually ended up getting pregnant by another guy at 13, but that's a different story. But another pain that
you dodged the bullet. He dodged the bullet, chat. You dodged a big ass bullet. Oh my god, that's crazy.
that we all had to go through is going to the bathroom in a public setting and not knowing the urinal rule. And every single guy watching this video knows exactly what I'm talking about. I remember I was a kid. I was at my school and it was like a student-teacher day or whatever. I don't know. And for some reason, the parents were on campus. And I walked into the bathroom and there was a grown-ass man using the left urinal. And the middle and right one were open. And according to the urinal rule, if there are 3 urinals, you have to use the left, you have to use the right, and it's the center one, it's the only one available. You wait your turn. Unless they have blockers or binders where you don't gotta see another man's pee. But as a kid, I didn't know that, so I ended up using the middle one right beside him. And I remember to this day, the look that this man gave me was a look of absolute disgust. I'm not gonna lie. And as soon as he got done pissing, turned to me, patted me on the back, and said, "Son, heads up, whenever you use the bathroom, you never piss right beside another man." I've never...
Hey, W advice from a stranger, bro, but that shit is scary, bro. Niggas be weird in that bathroom, chat, bro. I remember I was using the bathroom, like, I was like 17. This happened a lot of times. This happened a lot through my life. But, bro, niggas will go in the urinal, bro, and then they'll whip out their Johnson and start peeing, bro. And then sometimes they'll, like look to the side or look to the left. I'll be like, nigga, do you just look at me, nigga? But I zip up my shit so quick and walk out, nigga. I'm not even watching. I gotta get out of there, bro, because you weird as hell. You on some Diddy shit. You on some bullshit right now.
Never seen that man ever again, but I thank that man for truly changing my life. But this is one of those rules that once you learn it, never forget it, or else niggas will clown you. Something else that we've all been through in the bathroom, though, is being around that one kid who decides to just pull down his whole pants just to take a little piss in the urinal. Back in elementary school, you know, brother, this one was horrible. Usually it will be the...
Bro, anytime, only white niggas is doing that. Anytime a white kid in school did that, bro, I would just laugh and look away and go use the bathroom, you feel me?
Special ed kids, but at the same time, it's like, brother, please have some common sense. That's such a great statement. And usually they would be farting too, and they would just stink. And but at the same time, we've all done it when we was younger, and then we had a grown man walk into the bathroom and instruct us to never do that again, and then we changed our ways. Something that we haven't changed as guys is number 11 or 12, I don't know at this point. Putting your hands in your pants for warmth on an ice cold freezing day. This one I know we've all done. I'm actually doing it right now. I'm not gonna lie. And no matter if you want to be honest or deny it, we've all done it. Let's just keep it real. And it's amazing. It's one of the most sensational feelings.
I only do this when I'm watching like TV or watching YouTube. Like, I'm laying down in my bed, you feel me? And I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just chilling, you feel me? Because my dad did that when I was growing up. That's how my dad was chilling. So I could, you feel me? And we do, you feel me? Like, I'm not doing no weird shit. I'm just chilling because it's warm.
Ever. You get to put your hand next to life. It's amazing. I don't know. It's just vibey. Here's the thing with this. You got to be very careful where you do this act, because doing it while nobody's around is cool, but if you're in a crowded room, space, and you just got your hands in your pants, like, brother, who raised you? That's where the creep allegations come in, and you don't want that. They don't understand, but at the same time, let me class. So speaking of balls, the next Canon event that we've all been through is chilling around the house playing GTA or Fortnite or something, and then all of a sudden, randomly, you just feel a sharp pain in your balls, and you just start clenching them. You start grabbing them. You start praying to God because you think that you'll never
No, I've never been through this.
Have kids again. You start wondering if you have cancer, or maybe you got an STD, or maybe if you gooned too much. I don't know what you did. And then after it goes away, you immediately get on your knees and pray to God, promising him you would never jerk off again if he heals your pain. And then 3 nights later, you end up jerking off again. But hey, game is game. But after you goon, you get a negative feeling. You feel shame. You promise to God you will never do it again, yet you feel defeated. See, this right here is what we call post-nut clarity, which is the next Canon event, and probably the most popular one, because the only time that you won't feel this is after the first one you do, back when you were most likely younger, which is sick, honestly.
Bro, I remember I had relations with this one white girl, bro, and she was cool, like, she was decent, bro. She was thick though. Chat. And bro, you know, her boobs was big. So bro, we had relations. It was a one night stand, right? And like it felt so good. But then but she was like mid in the face, bro. Like she had a butter face. So like, you know, I got done, I busted, and I felt so good. But then after I got done, I looked at her, and the clarity kicked in, bro, and I was sad. And then she was like, "Why do you look sad?" And I was like, I couldn't tell her, you feel me? So, bro, then she was like, can I stay tonight? And like, can we watch movies and whatnot? And I almost laughed. I was like, no, I can't. We can't do that. Like, you gotta go. Like, I'm busy right now. Stupid. I'm busy right now. Crazy shit. But she ended up leaving, bro. But like, bro, I was not gonna spend no whole night with that bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. Don't do that, chat, bro. Make sure whatever you do, make sure it's a bad bit. You feel me? Don't just be giving your nut to all these hoes, bro, just because they thick and just because they boobs big. You feel me?
It's sad that so many little kids are gooning, but it's whatever, I guess. And after that first goon, you felt alive. You felt like you just discovered the greatest thing on earth. Then after that second one, you really quickly realized that you just formed and started an addiction that you'll be very lucky to get out of. There's downhill, and you just keep on getting more downhill until you eventually stop and become a better human being, which a lot of y'all haven't done. Let's just keep it real. At the same time, though, you'll never escape post-nut clarity, even though I had one homie who did it like 10 times a day, and apparently he just stopped having it. But he also looked very depressed, so
bro, 10 times a day chat is that homie he's talking about, he got to be stopped.
I think he just had it permanently. You already know what I'm finna say, though. Game is game, jizzle is jizzle, and don't fiddle your pickle. Let's get to it. But it's a part of being a man, and game is game, and that's just how life is.
When you
retain that, though, you will get superpowers. Powers that would never be feasible to that average gooning man. And you do that as soon as you get into the next Canon event, aka semen retention. Every single man has gone through this. I don't care what y'all say. We've all gone through semen retention. We thought that by holding our seed, we would turn into spiritual cell or something. In all reality, you kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of get superpowers. You feel like
now look, semen retention, you do low-key turn into Sun Jin Woo. You do low-key. That's the end of the video, chat. He just talked about semen retention. We all know what that is, you feel me? If you don't, you go type into the video. I do gotta go do something, but before I do, drop a like, comment. Let me know what y'all thought about this video. Binge the rest of videos on my channel. We post every single day. ATW Miami. Stay blessed.